Hello there, and welcome to the PGL Bucharest Major with me, Nomadcast. I'm here with Pond of the Moon, and we are very excited to bring you this match in the closed qualifiers between SG Esports and VRFG. So we've already had two bands out coming out. Sorry, how you doing, Podham?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for some good old SA Dota. And as always, teams rushing through the banning phase, always super appreciated. Welp. And well, it's not that heavy. So we had faster drafts so far. But on the side of VRFGC, we had the SK Bandite and the Sand King. Pretty special bands actually. Beside these, like Sand King, that looks more of like, hey, we know what you play. We're gonna ban that. And now with the Tiny, this looks definitely like a targeted ban.
Yeah, I mean, Tiny fills a lot of roles. He's a great hero to draft nice and early. Not necessarily super strong, but if you can get him in your draft early, it means you don't give anything away. So, yeah, I can understand the ban, whether it's a respect ban or not, but I think SG do like to play him a lot as well. And we'll see what they ban in response to this. Now, the winner of this team will have to play one more match in order, win one more match in order to secure their place in the finals. Sorry, in the major. The loser will have to then play 2 more games in order to win 2 more games to get through to the closed qualifiers. So a win here would really help out and make their journey to the PGL Major much shorter than it could be.
We have both teams really want this.
Yeah, big time.
Like there's not a big scene in SA, but they're super passionate about it. So nobody's gonna go away lightly here. So gonna see a lot of good data today.
Yeah, absolutely.
SG Esports with the more traditional bands and not so traditional first picks. That's an Elder Titan coming out for SG Esports, as well as the Bane. That's more traditional. So nice little combo up in there. Elder Titan Bane, super strong supports and roaming combo already. And on the side of VRFG, we only have to Shadow Shaman so far. Second pick coming up, but there's all of them hit pretty hard so far, and are really good at zoning people.
Yeah, some solid supports coming out from both teams here, and I love the Bane Elder Titan combo. Just being able to hold them still and allow Elder Titan to get his moves off, get his stomp off, obviously it's really, really nice. Gives you a ton of lockdown as well. I mean, with the sleep from both heroes, I mean, it's like the sleepy duo, isn't it? Pretty sure they're only 2 sleep-themed heroes in the game. And
some more. Do we just go full banish mode, pick up Shadow Demon? That's cool. We've seen Bane offlane, this could work. Yeah,
exactly. And, you know, how can you lose the fight if there's no enemy heroes? They're all banished. Smart, hey?
Yeah, you just banish everybody and then you just go to back.
Go Rax. Easy. Well, the combo with the Shaman. Any ideas at this early stage what they might be trying to pull out?
Oh. That's a Tide. That's interesting as a second choice as well, but I guess it is a really good pick against drafting against something like Bane and Elder Titan, just throwing Tide there in the mix just to do Tide stuff as usual.
Yeah, the Kraken Shell is going to be super useful because I believe that can break you out of Nightmare, right?
That can, if Bane does enough damage, it will.
Yeah, and what about his Bane's ultimate? Does Kraken Shell beat through that, or is the channel more powerful? Is it the stronger Dispel?
Well, as far as I know, it is Tidehunter, so it probably works.
Probably works because Tidehunter. All right, perfect analysis there. Thank you. All right. So next ban from SG, something along the lines. I don't know. Both super open drafts right now. Obviously, SG have a really powerful roaming duo, so that may suggest that maybe they want to go and get themselves something like a PL or someone who can pretty much solo lane after level 2 or 3.
So what I expect from SG Esports is not the Undying ban. I'm gonna concede that fact. I expect VFG actually to pick something to combo extremely well with the Shadow Shaman, like some old school kind of draft, be it an Ursa just sneaking in there. Ursa might actually be a good choice, considering that when he goes down the Agnum's right, he can fairly much ignore Bane. Same goes with the ET, and Shadow Shaman plus Ursa, it's super potent on your lane. So you have that always sitting around, and there's always the threat of you dying.
That's true, but it's a big old pickup for an Ursa, and it's not really any sort of huge damage. Plus 10 damage and a little bit of tankiness here and there. It maybe not necessarily the pick there after, though. You're right. It does work quite well against the heroes once he gets that, but whenever he wants to go down the road, especially the type of hero which Ursa is, he's more a snowbally, come at you pretty hard and fast and hope that you can't do anything about it sort of guy. Doesn't want to be going for Aghanims, right? I mean, I haven't seen many Ursas build Aghanims.
It would be pretty cheeky pick. I don't expect to see it, but I would like to see it.
Okay, well, we are going to have that Phantom Lancer banned out, so yeah. Pretty on point with that guess, and the Timbersaw coming out. Okay, that's nice. That could be safe.
This is the direct tide counter on day shifting lanes, that's for sure. Or they run in mid, and everything I say is completely invalid. But I would assume they will run him against the Tide Hunter simply because
10 seconds remaining.
He's like pretty much the best laner you can have against the Tide because he completely ignores the Anchor Smash as well as doing huge amounts of damage to the Tide if the need arises. So, and also there's nothing from Timbersaw that Tide could purge off.
Yeah, good points. So they're kind of going to be playing around each other, trying to dodge each other's lanes, right? Because they're really going to want that Timbersaw to lane versus the Tide Hunter, aren't they?
Pretty much. There's no real reason so far to pick up the Timbersaw unless they have a specific combination of heroes in mind. So Timber just fits the role they want to fill in perfectly, and there's a Zeus pick coming out.
Oh.
That is interesting. I understand why. It's a good cancel for the Bane. It's a lot of magic damage, forces Timber into more passive, more defensive items, going right down with pipe and whatnot.
Yeah, and his reactive armor doesn't really do a whole lot versus magic damage, so yeah, we thinking it's a mid Zeus or a roaming Zeus?
This looks more like a mid Zeus simply for the fact that now they definitely know where Timber is going to be, because this is not a mid Timber if there might be a Zeus in the mid lane.
Okay, alright then. Yeah, also gives them a little bit of a longer range stun to disrupt that Bane as well. Could be quite nice for them. Although it does strike me as a bit of a squishy hero. If Bane and Elder Titan do manage to get the jump on him, along with Timbersaw, they can nuke him down real quickly.
Yeah, originally I expected something like a puck pickup instead of the Zeus, but maybe this is not the mid Zeus and they just do something completely different and just looks. Their draft is not really showing any big strats so far. Well, on the side of VRFG, but SG Esports is kind of showing where the right they want to go down. It's probably some hero that either goes for minus armor or in general has a lot of stats simply because they have the Elder Titan already to combo up with. They have the Bane to lock the enemy carry down, so there will be no one-on-one carry death fight to no fight to the death. So as said, with the PL ban out, that would have been a prime option here.
Well, it is going to be the Brewmaster pickup for SG, so yeah, strong offlaner. And I mean, these guys are going to pretty much be solo. I think that's the idea of the draft here, is pick two laners who can basically don't need anybody to help them out, and that frees up the Bane and Elder Titan to cause havoc at mid, or in whichever lane needs them most, and basically find kills and cause chaos, which is really what supporting is right now. Especially in these pro games, they are not sticking to one lane and helping out, unless they've got something which they really need to be there for, maybe like a Terrorblade versus a more aggressive offlaner, but most of the time, 90% of games, you're going to see these supports roaming around, trying to get kills, trying to free out mid, and that's where they hang out most, really, isn't it? Middle lane.
Yeah, most of the time, it's just offlane, either offlane or out.
Now, this strikes me as a very interesting pick. Yeah, this is extremely ballsy by VRFG. They've already got these two heroes which can do a lot of roaming, a very effective roaming in the Elder Titan and the Bane. So picking a mid which is more vulnerable, what's up with that, Bottom?
Well, are you sure it's going to be mid? I'm not entirely sure they commit on the Shadowfiend mid. And with Clockwork banned out, there's not going to be a Clockwork pickup. CK banned, which is interesting as well. I thought SG Esports might want to pick that up. But it looks to me like Shadowfiend and Zeus, one of them will go mid. but we don't know which one yet. Like, one of them will go safe lane.
10 seconds.
Unless they run something crazy like tight safe lane, go for a tri lane top with the
5
Zeus.
seconds
And
remaining.
this is definitely not predictable, that kind of
No,
draft.
no.
But I would not say I don't like it so far. Like, they're clearly reserving the spot for the carry at last.
And there we
I
go,
hope at least.
Queen of Pain, last pick banned out. And I'm hoping that VRFG are going to make us all go, oh, with this pick. Or it could leave us all in the dark and just wait until they play the game before we see what they're really planning. But I mean, picking the Zeus and the Shadow Fiend into a Timbersaw seems so brave, especially with the supports they've got comboed up with that. They must have some kind of ace up their sleeve here.
Looks like it, but with CK bound, CK would have been a prime pick for both teams, actually.
Yeah, I was thinking that a little bit earlier on before the Shadow Fiend pick, but obviously he's kind of derailed the conversation a little bit between what they could pick and what they did pick.
I could imagine this being a Lunar draft, but that would be super ballsy with going in with this support Zeus. So I think the Zeus will fit a core role in this game and is not jumping to the support position.
Okay, well I'm going to go ahead and say he's a support Zeus, and we'll see who comes out on top. Because, yeah, a lot of magic damage, big threats.
Last pick pack now, come on. Alright, it's the Slark.
It's a
That's a
Slark.
good choice against Brew and Timber. As well as Bane.
How
Okay,
so?
so we have the Shadow Fiend mid. Sorry?
Could just explain to us why the Slark's a good pick versus those heroes.
Well, Slark in general against Timber Soul, there's a lot of burst potential from Timber and he can catch you in your ultimate, so you don't want to run against that. But
Ooh.
Slark seems to do really good against Timber simply because stat stealing is pretty good against a hero that relies on armor and a mediocre health pool in order to survive. And
That's
against
true.
Brew, pretty much the same. And
Yeah, Timbersaw's a hero
Little
which
bit-
likes to make the fight go on a long time, right? So, yeah, I guess Slark definitely fits into that nicely. Now, a Templar Assassin versus a Shadow Fiend in the middle lane. I mean,
super old school lineup.
yeah, you've got the Shadow Shaman who can definitely take away those stacks of her armor with the shackles if he can get into position before it's too late. But other than that, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot. I mean, I guess Slark can actually do quite a lot to disrupt the Templar Assassin, should he be able to get that Shadow Blade.
Well, I was about to say, it's an interesting pickup going with the TA here, considering they just picked up a Slug. I think they just, we're gonna take the bullet and draft the TA into the Slug, because usually Slug is one of the carries that can get, that are super dangerous for TA. Because you chain her to a specific spot on the map, you take away her main attribute.
And
like,
you can
she
just
relies
melt her shield, right? You can just destroy those refraction charges.
And primarily reflection is just completely ineffective against Slog. On the other hand, TA can one-hit Slog if she gets the chance, and with Bane and Elder Titan, if Slog gets gripped, I could imagine TA landing a huge strike.
Okay, so the penny can fall on either side, but we're gonna say that the Slark kind of wins versus the TA should he get into a position where he can go and challenge her. Otherwise, I think we're both preferring the SG draft here, am I right?
Yeah, I would go with SG Esports on this draft. However, Slog really is the wildcard, and if he snowballs, there's no chance for them.
Alrighty,
They
well,
have no big snowballing hero.
favoured draft, favoured team, SG seem to have the dice falling on sixes for them. And, well, we'll see how VRFG can respond to this one. QWERTY, I'm not trying to put any pressure on the guy, but it is all on you, buddy. This Slug is going to have to be a pretty decent performance, but this Tidehunter does stand the chance of being able to cause a bit of chaos. Combo that up with a Shadow Fiend ultimate, and you've got yourselves a lot of damage output, should they be able to pull that off on the side of VRFG. But SG, I mean, they've just got really strong lanes, they've got some strong heroes. I can't see a lot slowing down this Timbersaw, except maybe the Shadow Shaman, but even then, his reactive armor stays up through the Hex, I think, so... Or did they change that in the last patch?
No, this still stays up.
Okay, yeah, so they're going to be relying a lot on the heavy magic damage of the Zeus and the Shadow Fiend as well. And Smoke Up, immediately, from SG. And do we want to run through the heroes on the side of SG for me real quick? Pardon.
Well, on the Timbersaw we have we have Costa Bile playing Badinho on the Bane. Ciolicor? Ciolicor? I guess that's the
Ciolicor.
name. I'm sorry if I butchered his names. Pronunciation not the best there. On the Elder Titan. 4DR on the T8. And Liposo on the Brewmaster.
Oh, and over on the side, it doesn't look like we're going to have any real confrontation at the runes. As Timbersaw is getting a little bit close to the Tidehunter there. He's taunting along, but nothing really big happening. Although we do have the Brew. I think the Shaman's going to play it safe though. So we do just about have the time to run through the heroes as we have on that Shadow Shaman. We have Fuka
Seconds to battle.
on the support player. Zul playing on the mid... roaming Zeus it looks like. Shadow Fiend being played by Destiny over on the big old watermelon. We have No Name. Do you mind? What's this guy
He's
called?
standard now.
He's PMA.
That's what
That's
you're
it.
doing.
PMA.
Standard.
PMA. We got his name. PMA. I see someone with no name. They are called PMA. And finally, QWERTY on the side of the... Looks like he's going off lane, trying to dodge that... the Tidehunter versus Timbersaw. So anyway, didn't really miss any action on the runes doing that. Just Fuka and Liposa not really challenging each other. So as expected, now Zeus blocking for the middle lane. He is going to be roaming around. And we have Destiny versus a TA. So who normally wins in this matchup if you take away the supports?
If you take away the supports, it really comes down to individual skill, but most of the time I would say it is the TA. It is a fairly intense lineup. With the supports, I see the Bane lane winning over the Zeus lane. I expected the Shadow Shaman to roam instead. But I think they just pretty much roam both as soon as Slark gets ahead at bottom. Looks like Tide is doing phenomenal top. Has a lot of region already up against Elder Titan and Brew.
Yeah, mid taunt as well, looking pretty stylish there. And yeah, not a whole lot to say about the lanes so far. I think VRFG will be pretty happy with being able to dodge the Tidehunter versus Timbersaw lane. Bring their Tide top. That's going to be a bit of a win for them. But overall, yeah, pretty evenly matched, I would say, in how they've managed to bring these about. With the Shadow Shaman spawning a Slark on the bottom lane, and then the Elder Titan and Brewmaster combo up at the top. And back in the game.
Underway again. Yeah. So about the safe lane Timber, so I'm not sure if Slark gets enough here.
Well, they are swapping it up as the
yeah,
Timbersaw's
they're
TPing
swapping
up.
it up.
Yeah, so the Brew will come and rotate back down bottom.
Hold out for the level 1 Timbersaw gank with reactive armor.
Could be pretty
Will not
decent.
expect it. Every Tide gets a 9, that's good extra firm.
And now the Brewmaster comes down into the bottom lane and is going to be playing off against the Slark. And in comes the Elder Titan as well, so it's going to be a 2-on-2 lane. Obviously, if the Elder Titan is able to pull, which he gets straight to doing, then that is going to work a little bit well for him. Oh no, he's just getting the damage from those creeps. But back to the middle lane, we do see Destiny dropping a little bit low. And, oh, that was a nice Arc Lightning Bolt, which forces 4DR to have to, well, gets a salve cancelled. Destiny, again, taking some harass from that Bane, but the Arc Lightning's coming through, so...
This is a harsh lane to be in for Destiny with the Bane running around. As well as having to deal with an Enfeeble sitting on 2 souls on an SF 2 minutes into the game on the third creep wave.
Oh no, we missed Burst Blood, as it does seem that the Elder Titan may have overextended a little bit.
That was a solo first blood without Shackle?
Don't question it.
Yeah, Fuka just
question it.
got himself a solo first blood apparently.
I think we could be
Alrighty.
forgiven for missing that one. The supports just seem to be finding it out there, but apparently one of them ended up
No
dropping.
forgiveness.
No forgiveness, no.
We missed
so
it.
Destiny, he's struggling so hard in this lane. One last hit, one deny. Well, he gets 2 more now. 2 more last hits, but the TA is on 12. I mean, this is just pretty horrendous for the Shadow Fiend. And look at her, she's coming all the way under tower hit. Doesn't even care. Just trying to get as many denies last hits. And they have no lockdown in this middle lane. They don't even have a slow. They just have damage. And against the TA, that's not really enough.
They have 1 mini stun.
Oh,
That
my
is it.
mistake. My mistake. Yeah. That many times.
Watch out for that mini stun.
They have
Interrupting the PA.
They have swapped the lanes around again, as we see a Slark and back up top, and the Timbersaw. So the lineup they don't want, basically. And I'm wondering how long they're going to play musical lanes for. Oh, he does actually go for the dive onto Constabil here. And the Shaman is here. He does have those shackles. And QWERTY, what's he going to do? Can he get the kill? Yes, they can. Azul comes in to finish the job. And that is going to be a nice, tidy little kill for VRFG. And Zeus, well, he couldn't save the middle lane, but he may well save the top. As QWERTY, with all of these attribute stacks, actually going to go on to Thundercore here, and with his shackles as well, it's very powerful. They don't have the stun to cancel this, so QWERTY is going to get a kill, dropping a little bit low. But Zul is here, backing up his carry. Constable, well, he can't really be contested by these three heroes, I don't think. Although they may try to go for it anyway, as the Lightning Bolt has dropped. Shackles as well. QWERTY's going again. He's got all these attribute sticks. He's not letting them fall down. One more hit will do the job, and the Lightning Bolt is there. 3 kills now going on this top lane to VRFG. SG, they're struggling a little bit.
It's a lot of farm going the way of the Slug, and they really need it, considering their Destiny, how to even go to the jungle and just farm slash stack up his camp.
Dodges the stomp. And if we do have a look over to the net worth, it doesn't quite catapult the Slug as far ahead as they would perhaps like, but certainly going to make his lane a little bit tastier.
And at least compensate a little bit for the fact that the Shadow Fiend has so many troubles in mid. Like, he can't even get a single creep.
No, he's having a really bad time. He's having to use Shadow Razors to get last hits, so now he's out of Shadow Razors, so... Yeah, they're a really good job here in the middle lane on this Templar Assassin, and Shadow Fiend just can't get a look in.
Looks almost like they almost sacrificed the lane.
Yeah, I think they're just going to rely on him to use his souls, his Shadow Razors, to get souls a little bit later on, and hopefully just be a bit of a right-click / soul raise machine later on.
And once more, the swapping continues. Costa Bile now at the bottom lane, swapping debris up top again. They really...
Someone blew the whistle, and it's time to change up.
It is somewhat interesting that they keep changing it. Considering the mid lane is going well, they risk that there's a lot of pressure on the mid lane, and that the Shadow Fiend gets back. But
Zeus isn't really interested. He's making his way top again, in fact, as we do have the Elder Titan and Laposa doing quite a lot of work. Fuka coming around the back. Let's see if they can pull anything off here. But no, Zeus actually gonna kill some creeps and be spotted out here, I think. Actually, Zeus doing his very best just to stay out of sight here. Yeah, not spotted just yet.
Badina reinforcing with the Bane.
Okay. Alright, so this is gonna scare away Azul, actually. May go for the Bounty Rune, but his own Bounty Rune's gonna get stolen. I'm wondering if he's gonna run into trouble on his way back, but they don't really know what's going on here. In comes a Shadow Fiend. Now they spot each other out.
A wild Destiny appears.
Yeah, just kind of sticking his head over there and going, hey guys, and then running away again. Some stacks in the jungle for him, which are going to be really nice. I'm not sure he can kill these.
He desperately needs those.
With only 2 souls, certainly not, but they do a lot of damage to him. But hopefully he can at least get himself some boots at the very least, because he doesn't even have boots. He doesn't even have boots, bottom. He's gotten a killer. I actually kind of like that though. The mana regen to help him farm up using razors a little bit, quite nice. Look at Bardino here. Through the tree line, trying to find someone, I'm not too sure.
Lipo's realizing something is up.
Yeah, they find Bardino here, and Zul will fire the lightning bolt down, does find him. But I think this is a pretty tricky kill to get. This one, Tanky Bane, although the Anchor Smash is doing a lot of damage. Zeus, he needs to... Nope, he does get slept. And there was no one else here, as Slug is now at the bottom lane once again, playing off against his Timbersaw. Musical Lanes continues.
Yeah, just swap them as long as you can.
Keep going round. Keep going round.
Yeah, and it looks like it is actually working for both teams.
And we have the Elder Titan spirit running across the map here. Quite interesting.
Easy vision.
Yeah, get himself some creeps along the way. And, ooh, Shackles out onto the Timbersaw as QWERTY makes the jump. Now, does he? Yes, he does use the Dark Pact, so he's not put to sleep, but the Timbers chain away. Gonna leave Constable safe. And the Slark killless, and also very unhealthy. No level 6. Oh, actually, if he hits one more creep, there we go. He's now level 6, so he can go heal up. Very nice timing. Although, Constable? No, he's got no mana. Got the soul ring.
He's almost 6 on Timber as well. Needs one more creep and then he hits out, so he has to do additional damage output against the Slark, which would be important in this lane.
For sure, yeah. Shackles coming out again. I think they're trying to go for something here. But Pounce, maybe just baiting someone else in was the plan. They're not actually trying to kill Constable. Nope, they do use the Pounce on him, and he's going to just Timber Chain away from that one. Looking onto the Elder Titan now as they do get the Shackles, and it is not... Yes, it is. It is enough to finish him off with that Dark Pact there. Zul as well with the damage. Now comes in the Tidehunter. He's got 6. He can pop it if he wants to. Yes, he does. Can they kill off the Bane? Sure they can. And the Shackles out onto Constable. In comes QWERTY after salving back up. Can they get him? He Timbers Chain to the trees, into the tree line, but they're diving deep. Is anybody else going to TP in, or are they just going to let Constable fend for himself? It does look like he is going to fall, but not before doing a fair amount of damage. Now comes the Brewmaster, trying to make the cleanup crew. Tholicor's in as well. They put the Slug to sleep, seeing what they can chase. Tidehunter, he's getting low. They might be able to take PMA here. Can they do it, though? The Anchor... Sorry, the Kraken Shell, freeing him once. Oh, the Stomp! The Hex, it comes through, but now comes the Templar Assassin through the back, and they will get a double kill! The Stomp of Dreams for the Brewmaster there, chasing Fuka through the trees. Now can they find him? They block him off. Yes, they can. Blown up by the TA, and that is a successful rotation if ever I saw one. Now into the middle lane. Templar Assassin just racking up the last hits.
Brewmaster with the money clap right there.
Absolutely, yeah. Money clap indeed, getting the double kill at just the right time.
He didn't even meant to get the slog. He's like, I need to finish this tide off. Oh, look, a slog. Oh, I guess.
It's currently a 2-for-1 deal if you finish off any opponent.
And that was actually a pretty good tower dive, but a good response as well from side of SG.
Ooh, they're actually going to find Zul here as they're trying to go on him. The Stomp is available, and they do kill him. Now the Tidehunter could be in trouble. The Anchor Smash lands on all of them. He's going to taunt his way away, though, and trying to stay alive, although the magic damage is there, and now the Stomp as well. Tidehunter, can they bring him down? Bane is here. Yes, they can. 4 heroes committed, but they do get the guy in the end. And up in the top lane, Destiny just trying to find a way back into the game.
Mid lane. We see the TA actually getting helped on by the slime.
Oh, the sleep! But no, the sleep wasn't good enough. Dark Pact, what a spell, and now the Shackle's out as well. QWERTY, one more hit. Oh, the Zeus is going to take that one. Left for Zul.
And this is exactly what we have been talking about. Just the Slug early rotating in against the TA could ruin her life.
Now, last thing we're going to look at here is this Shadow Fiend, who is currently sitting on 59 last hits. He has been jungling hard right now. Still, what's he got on the courier coming towards him, actually? That is going to be a drum, so not so bad. Good recovery from him.
He's going for full tank in his build, which he needs against that team. There's a Bane Sleeper Timbersaw. Hold on, Timbersaw getting low somewhere.
Down in the bottom lane, yeah, he's running away from the tower. It's Zeus, he's got the lightning bolt, he does drop it, but they don't have the damage. Yes, they do with the ultimate, they'll finish him off. Zul, making this roaming Zeus work very, very well. Quite impressive, actually. Just with the Arcanes and the Soul Ring, it's small enough mana to keep him going and keep him killing people. So, yeah, quite good.
Yes, here's an insane mana region right now. 8 mana per second with the Clarity, like, generally good pool as well. Looks like they secured himself. It's a free team on bottom. I don't see anyone defending this anytime soon.
No, I'm not sure anybody's going to bother coming for this.
Ooh, also nice ping out on the ward.
Good find there by SG. So what do SG need to take back... Like, I mean, they do actually have the gold advantage. If we pull up the... we do see a sign of very, very slight net worth. Slightly bigger net experience. SG just a little bit ahead, but it feels to me like the side of VRFG are really kind of dictating the momentum of this game right now with their Slark.
Oh, it looks like our PMA is TPing in behind the tower. Not spotted out, but not in the best position. He has Ravage, however, so there might be a big team fight coming here.
They may consider it.
Ah,
So lightning bolt to scout, we'll find him. Does he have a blink? No, he does not. Brood's gone for the drums, he's got the hood, and going for phase.
Welling Blade. This is even better than a blink.
And drums even popped to kill this tower, so this is just them saying, hey, if you want to take our objectives, we can take your objectives. That's fine by us. And Constable gets the last hit. And VRFG actually hanging around but not able to find the kills here. And PMA is still looking for some kind of initiation, for some kind of overextension from SG, but they're just not willing to give it. One in the mid, QWERTY. A little bit scared of the Stomp, but nothing too big. Destiny coming quite far forwards here, but we'll be alright. Kind of a Mexican standoff as SG are just refusing to leave the enemy jungle. And they are going to finally back out as a Timbersaw getting up to the tree line. The last member standing on this top lane, although no one has died, it has just been running away, but tied. Taunting like a madman.
It looks like they're playing super passive, or like at least play defensive as much as they can, because they're already down 5 kills.
Ooh, SG.
And there's good snowball heroes on the side of VRFG. The king of the snowball heroes after Tusk. Slag just being present, I think, prevents them from
big
taking
deny.
risks.
QWERTY coming in with a clutch denies versus that TA, as if he hasn't ruined her game enough already by killing her early on, but she's gone the Blink Dagger and looking to get a Desolator sometime soon. Top lane, when is it going to kick off here? It's like a filled powder keg as these two teams kind of pushing to and against each other. Now Bane TP's in, Templar Assassin, will she be tempted to do the same? She does have the TP available if she needs it.
There's also an Earth Split available, and that's the wall drop.
Snakes
And they have to decide if they sacrifice the tower or not.
I mean, I'm not sure they'll be able to defend it, even if they... We'll just get the deny,
Okay.
and that's that.
I expected a bit more commitment from the side of VFG here for that tower. But just the wards drop and just make sure they get at least one objective, or another objective more likely, done on the map. But bit weird.
I think they just wanted the tower, and once the tower was down, they were like, right, that's what they came for. They didn't want to go and take a full 5-on-5 team fight. They want the element of surprise if they do decide to go on them. And I think they may be waiting for the Slark to get his Shadow Blade as well, which is now in the courier, coming towards him. Yep, that's it, making its way over.
Primus playing mid, and Tide is going down, like, wow.
Very quickly. And the Earth Splitter used as well on the Shadow Fiend, who was used into the air by the Brew. And oh, that's not actually a huge ultimate, as it doesn't do any damage to anybody. I didn't think he had 4 souls, and is brought down as well. And that's going to be a double kill for the Templar Assassin. Now, Zeus ultimate is used as they come in behind the Slark, trying to see what kills he can get. He takes out the Bane. Can he get anybody else here? But no, that's a lot of damage coming out from the TA, and they do take him out. Slark goes down. That is not a hero they wanted to lose here. Oh my god, poor support Zeus, just getting destroyed by his TA as expected. And now comes the Astral Spirit trying to scout him out, but can't quite do it. Misses the Lightning Bolt onto the Brewmaster there. Casting on the floor for the extra range, but not able to get it. And that will be a disengagement from SG. Very clean disengagement indeed, actually. They only lost their Bane in that fight. VRFG on the other hand, losing their Slark, their Shadow Fiend, their Tide Hunter.
I was about to say, we saw Slark running in from here, just finished up the Shadow Blade, and then just killing off the Bane. Problem with that was we had to commit the Dark Pact in order to kill off the Bane, because if he did not commit the Dark Pact, he would just die.
He is going to pounce for this kill now, but the Timber Chain obviously going to be there immediately. And QWERTY chasing him down. The Gush is going to help out, but that is a long Timber Chain. Very nicely done indeed. And now he has the Shrine. And that is going to be a safe back away from Constable. Now, will they be looking to turn anything around? Wards dropped in the middle lane, as Destiny might be hit by the Templar Assassin here, though they do have... Do they have that Ravage? Yes, they do. They have it if they need it. And Slark going in deep, trying to finish off Constable. What he started earlier will be finished. And now also looking for Bernardino here, who doesn't really have anything. He puts himself to sleep, but... Ether Shock going to finish him off. Now the tower does actually get denied by the Brewmaster in the end. Snake's not able to get another tower. The game of tower denies, that's for sure. And Slark, is he going to find the Brewmaster here? Split not available, so possibly going to get this kill. Does take the slap to the face in the process. And now it's go time, but he evades the right click from the Shadow Blade. Now the Dark Pact, is it enough? Zeus is here as well, even popping the ulti, but it doesn't do enough damage, amazingly. And now QWERTY could actually be in trouble, as the Stomp is available. He will Dark Pact it off, but with the burn damage from the Brewmaster and the Rocket takes him out. Leposa getting a kill on the enemy carry, no less. Now Tide trying to TP away, just about manages it, despite a rock falling towards his head, but Blaine ulti out onto the Zeus, and they do kill him. Big crits coming out from Deja, and straight into the pit we go. Templar Assassin just trying to grab the advantage in this game and make full use of it, as they don't skip any time getting the next objective, which is going to be the big man himself, Senor Roro.
Super clutch ultimate by Leposa in the team fight, just barely, like, I believe 1, maybe 2 last right clicks away from dying, and then just
Yeah, I'm amazed he didn't die to that Zeus ultimate, but I guess it's only level 1, so it's 225, actually less damage than his lightning bolt. Does make sense, but in comes a Ravage! Oh my god, that is a huge Ravage. Can they get anything else from this, though, as the Earth Splitter comes through, and they're looking to finish off Roche, but in comes Fuka. He's doing what he can. Roche goes down. TA is able to pick up the Aegis, but will respawn. There's a lot of heroes dead. Destiny with a huge ultimate, and TA able to blink out. They got 2 kills, 3 kills in fact, going the way of VRFG, and they're looking for more. They didn't get the Aegis. I'm pretty certain it wasn't snatched. Yeah, so they didn't get Roshan, didn't get the Aegis.
Oh, if you can actually...
There. Oh, nice Hex,
Hex
just
off.
in time, and now the Shackles as well, but no, does get blown up by the Timbersaw. They're all on pretty low health here as a Shadow Fiend just going to drop just like that. QWERTY really low, but healing up by the second. What can he pick off here? It doesn't look like he can pick off anything, and he's just going to scuttle his way out of here. Pinged out, but I don't think they have the catch for him.
Radiant's top
Not at all. There's no big catch for the Slug if the Bane is not present. Maybe if they get the Lucky Stomp or like Dream Assault and like really good stuns coming out, but that would be way too much commitment as well as having cooldowns online.
Well, if you came to watch some South American Dota, then I'm sure we didn't disappoint right now, as we are gloves off going at it. Both teams just not giving each other a break. We had a little bit of a quiet spot around the 15-minute mark, but we are back into the game. As the teams...
Bane find Zul.
We'll find Zul. He's hiding in a tree line. Nice little juke here. Needs to be careful, though. And throws out the lightning bolt as Tidehunter comes in, and this might be a disengage from SG. Yes, it is.
So close.
So the smoke not getting them a kill, and that's always quite costly. Not just in 100 gold, but also in time for your team. So what do both teams need to do to win this match?
So I think on the side of SG Esports is just try to go with the TA. TA almost finished up BKB, 1k away. It's gonna be a pick off, pretty sure.
Blink in, Stomp is used, Hex is there, but the sleep onto 2 very nicely. Earthsplitter as well to follow it up. They wake up Fucker, and it is gonna be Tidehunter going down as well. Double kill there, another one for 4DR.
That's a T2. It's not a Rax push. This is exactly what I was talking about. Just get a pick off and then just run down towers, because I just don't see VRFG defending tower pushes that well. They have the Shadow Shaman on their own, and they have to slog for pickoffs, and they can push themselves pretty well. But if it comes to straight up team fighting, they can't rely on their Shadow Fiend at all right now. Like we've seen the last ultimate from the Shadow Fiend, practically 0 damage done by the Shadow Fiend, and I think they just need to utilize the team fight with the Ravage. Tide is going for a blink, he finished up his full mech, and just try to keep the Shadow Fiend and the Slug alive in the team fight. And Slug is actually going for the Echo Saber, which is the right call, because I think he just really needs health in order to survive, and it looks like Destiny is pretty dead here.
Yeah, that's a Bane ultimate. That is a TA with Desolator jumping on the face and looking for more. Actually, they find Zul as well, and this may well be a kill as they slow him down. Brewlings, they are enough to finish him off.
That's a tough game for Zeus to be in.
Yeah, they've got a lot of catch up for him. Like 2 blink daggers on the enemy team as a support Zeus is always going to be pretty rough, and he's a long way up off that 40 movement speed talent. So
looks like they're respecting the Ravage and going back.
yeah, quite surprising actually, but of course there is a Slark in the game. They don't want to give him any momentum. They're going to play it safe.
Their Timber stopped their main damage output against something like a Tide.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Looks like nobody's defending against the Timber top actually.
Timber split
I
push.
finished up a full Bloodstone in just the last couple of minutes. Going with the hood, going for the travels now, not even finishing up the pipe. This Timber is about to get out of control, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think they realize they don't actually need the pipe because the Zeus isn't really doing a whole lot. And the Shadow Fiend can be annoying, but he's also, like, on his own he's not enough to validate a full-up pipe, so the hood will do.
I think we have cooled down a little. TA now with the full BKB. And in terms of item, we've seen... Wow. Timber's not even dropping his Bloodstone super casually between Soul Ring. That was pretty quick. Impressive.
Ooh, Stomp. QWERTY is going to get out of it. taking a little bit of damage doing those ancients, and the Elder Titan wasn't going to let him go unpunished for that. Though Qualifier actually looking for something right now. He can't really find anybody. I mean, he comes across the Timbersaw, but the Timbersaw's like the one target he really can't kill. Which sucks, he keeps finding him.
Good info, but no thank you, bye. However, there's 3 heroes rotating in, so they might choose to do it anyways. Might as well dive themselves to Timber.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But with Elder Titan reinforcing and Broom also from the side, that will be a terror radius, so they're backing off. What do we have in terms of items?
Well, Slark has just finished up his Echo Saber. We have that BKB as we mentioned on the Templar Assassin. Shadow Fiend's one we haven't really looked at, but he's managed to somehow pull a whole Hurricane Pike out of his behind, so that's actually, and drums of course, so he's not doing too badly. Third on the net worth chart, above his Slark no less.
Talk about net worth. Holy, that's a TA just dominating the entire net worth chart.
Yeah, she's farming.
15,000 to 10k on the Timber.
7 kills going her way as well. It's pretty big. Now that was just a Zeus ulti to check people out. They find Bernardino in the trees here, which is actually quite nice for them. So he's just going to TP his way out of there. And plenty of pings coming out, but
Dire's top tower is under attack.
QWERTY
Nobody's
jumping down.
going to defend the top tower. It seems like they're all pretty disorganized right now. And TA is actually going for the spell on refraction instead of the melt armor reduction. Which is interesting, but I can understand the decision against the Tidehunter.
Oh yeah,
Just
that's true.
getting rid of Anchor Smash is, yeah, pretty important in those fights, but...
And Gush as well, I guess.
Yeah, Gush as well.
Not much else though.
I think they have enough armor reaction. They have an ET and a TA, so the -4 is not really worth it, even though it is a pretty good talent.
I feel pretty bad for this Slark though. He keeps trying to find kills with his Shadowblade, but he just can't find anybody. He got this Echo Saber, he immediately Shadowbladed it and tried to go for a kill, and just couldn't find a soul. And now it's going to be a tier 2 push, and no one's going to defend it.
And it's the second at last T2 going down, prevent any contest at all from VRFG. SG Esports is just taking objectives, and that's against the team with a Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, I can't help but feel that this is slipping out of VRFG's grasp quite quickly now. TA obviously, yeah, they're just
very risky positioning. Yeah, now it's scouting ultimate from Zeus just so Slark can find any target. But guess what? Costa Ball gets the TP away once more.
Yep, no one's sticking around long enough to be in any sort of danger here of getting picked off, and I think that's really tight play from SG, you know, being able to avoid the ganks, being able to stop themselves being picked off. So, very strong. Versus the Slark especially. The snakes are dropped in the bottom lane. Now let's see if there are any TPs or whether SG are in fact going to respond by going for perhaps a Rax or something. But
they gotta lose the snakes to the tower is the problem.
They suck.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Oh yeah, it doesn't look like Tower's actually going to win this one. You win this round, Tower. Although QWERTY is here maybe to finish the job. Might just jump in and do some hits. There we go. Oh no, the backdoor protection comes off.
Is he?
Snakes on creeps, yo. And
jokes on you.
Costa Bill here, so now, yep, they're going to get this deny. No problems at all, though. Need to be careful of these last snakes. There we go, yeah. Now they can go for the die safely.
Oh,
yep, just leave it up, whatever. Who needs towers, am I right? Buka, though, maybe tempted.
They need. They're not denying it, so...
This Shadow Shaman actually has a blink, so maybe they could go for Costa Bill here. Although, it wouldn't be easy as fuck. Might be found in the trees. Ooh, the blink away. I think he knew he was just about spotted. Ooh. Yeah, I think they just caught a glimpse at each other through the trees. And, immediately wanting to get out of there.
So we've cooled down quite a lot after such a hectic start. A lot of kills and another scouting ult just... He can't find any targets on the Slark. This really hurts him. And he cannot farm on any lane because then there's a team showing up and ruining his farming.
Yeah, the play from SG is just super tight right now, like completely anti-Slark. You know, this is a part of the game where he wants to be getting items, by killing people. He wants to be finding enemies to jump on, and he's just not finding it. Although, as I say this, Costabile will come into contact with the Slark here, but Costabile running down the slope. He doesn't get pounced. He's far too quick, and may just be okay here. Though actually doing quite a lot of damage. QWERTY as the more heroes jumping in, and the TA playing the fielder catches the ball big time.
Got him.
Got him. Strike out. Well, that's going to force VRFG right back up onto the high ground. So after such a long time of playing completely defensively, not letting the Slark find anything, they make him desperate. Then they send in the Timbersaurus bait, and they clean straight up afterwards, and that was just a textbook move.
Yeah, talking about Timber, sir, how did he kill the Timber? If Slark finds the Timber anywhere on the map, he's just gonna TP out.
Yeah, but he's more than tanky enough at this stage to survive with Slark, I think. Unless Slark can get that Silver Edge, like, now, which he nearly can. Silver Edge makes a huge difference as they jumping forwards onto Zul here, and not going to find this kill as the Primal Spit is used. Fuka looking very low indeed, does drop the snakes defensively, but not really going to do a whole lot at this stage in the game. He is very out-leveled, and Destiny watching on as the barracks are destroyed right in front of his eyes, but nothing he can do. Slark's going to be back in 2 seconds. Is this going to be a go, or are they maybe going to wait for this Brewmaster ulti to run off? They're only going to be up for a couple more seconds, and Slark, what can he find? Nothing. They're all back tough. Look at that.
Tide is solo smoking up. He has the Blink Dagger up. He's probably going to run into the Brewmaster. It gets revealed.
Just burying his head in the trees, you know? They can kill the Brewmaster. I mean,
it's a pretty frustrating game for a Tide as well.
Sacred Relic up on that Tide Hunter, on the Brewmaster, so going for that Radiance.
What do we say? That's an interesting Tide build right there.
yeah, it would be.
Do it. Nullify a Tide.
Well, at the moment he's only got the Blink and the Mech. I'm sure he's going to be going for his Greaves at some point, but really finding any farm is a... Oh, Barnardino, that's a little bit far out, bro. Maybe alright, actually, as a Slug gets slept up. Nope, Zeus ulti, finally used for a kill rather than to scout. And they will get that one. And they also see them hanging out around the Roche pit, so that's actually a super value ult. Getting a kill and also scouting, pretty nice.
They see the smoke.
Oh, was it under the trap?
No, there's a ward on the high ground here.
That also helps. Yeah, that also helps. Oh, straight into the Roche pit? Or maybe just checking it out, actually. Using the information that Zeus ult gave them. And
yeah, this is Slark looking for targets. Also Arcane Rune, which is nice for him, so he can like almost stay invisible all the time. But they need to Roach. They can't give it away to the TA, and if they don't take it now, they will never take a Roach in this game.
Well, Bane is back in 5 seconds. The pings are out from SG. They're not going to take this Roshan anytime quickly. And actually, it's going to be a back out as Zul fires the lightning bolt up, but they're not going to find anybody just yet. The QWERTY will be able to... Never mind. Fuka being blown up, slightly caught out of position there. And VRFG not able to find anyone. But they are looking for Bernardino here, which they will find him. Nightmares himself immediately, of course. And then the Ravage committed as well. If they can get the Brewmaster, it would be worth it, but they can't. He does get off the ultimate. Slark jumping down onto the low ground. And it's going to be a TP out from the Tide Hunter. Do they have anything? No, they do not. He does get out of there. And,
there's a Meld Strike going across the map.
Okay, alright.
Hold on. If this is a crit... No, it is a Tide after all.
What? Where's it going?
Yeah, it just dispels because...
Oh, okay. I was so excited.
Almost.
I was so excited. I thought it was going to, like, ping. Anyway, Roshan is being done by SG in other news, although I'm sure we've more cared about the Meld. And they will be scouted, but what does it matter? Everything going onto the TA. Slark is nearby.
Get snatched.
Almost. I mean, Slark could kill a TA, but what does that matter?
I don't think the Slark can
actually,
kill the TA.
No, she can kill. She's got evasion now, my bad. And BKB even if she wanted it, so yeah. Very tricky kill indeed. It's QWERTY's being chased, but it's no big issue. He's pretty quick.
Slark is pretty underfarmed at this point, and Shadowfiend actually overtaking with the net worth as well.
He's been ahead for the majority of the game, actually. He's just been farming. Ever since his horrible time at mid, he has just been hitting creeps, taking his frustration out. They're going to find the Timbersaw here. I'm wondering if they can get the kill in time. They are doing a lot of damage. A couple more right clicks. No, he gets it up onto the high ground. And in comes a TA doing a lot of damage. Has taken out Fuka. Who else can he get? The ultimate from Shadowfiend not doing a whole lot, but it is going to do those passives. And now they're trying to take out the TA, but he's missing everything. This is only one life. She does have an Aegis. Oh, she kills a Slug with an excellent Meld Strike. And Shadowfiend dropping very low as well, but is able to escape. But GG is called by Zul. And that is your game number 1. Going the way of SG Esports.
Well deserved win, just from the draft alone.
Yeah, they did struggle a little bit in the early game.
Well positioned, if you ask me. Completely evading the Slug in the entire game, not giving him a single pick-off with the Shadow Blade in the entire mid-game, just Slug running around, finding nothing, playing a running ward.
Yeah, very, very nicely done indeed by SG Esports, and literally like wasting so much of the Slug's time by making him search for kills. He just wasn't able to find anything at all. Actually, you know, only having 6 kills in the end, 6-5, it's not what a Slug scoreboard should look like, so GG, game number 1, going the way of SG. Let's see if VRFG can level things out after a short break. We'll be back with game number 2.